We're Jen and Jay, the Traveling Tags. We're a couple from New York City with a passion for adventure, whether that's exploring the world or our own backyard. While traveling abroad is incredible, we've found that the US has some of the most breathtaking landscapes. Honestly, some places here just leave me speechless. We're all about mixing up our travels. 1 minute, we're living the luxury life in Europe, and the next, we're glamping or road tripping across the states. And we've got a big mission on the horizon, 50 under 50. That's visiting all 50 states together before we turn 50 years old. This summer in August 2025, we flew across the country, rented a camper van, and spent 3 weeks road tripping through 4 states. First stop, Utah. We've been here before, exploring Zion and Bryce Canyon, but this time we're back to complete the Mighty 5, all 5 of Utah's amazing national parks. So come along as we dive into Utah's stunning landscapes and check off more of our 50 under 50 journey. Let's go.
We just arrived at Dead Horse State Park in Utah for our first night at our campground. So we just woke up and we're on our way to our first national park of our trip, which is going to be Arches National Park. We got up a little bit later than we wanted to, but the sky looks pretty amazing right now. So we should be there in about 50-55 minutes or so.
We fell asleep to a beautiful sunset and now waking to this beautiful sunrise. We're about to start the Delicate Arch Trail. It's one of the most iconic spots in Arches National Park.
We haven't even started yet and the surrounding area looks beautiful.
Yeah, it's actually stunning. Going to sleep with the sunset and then waking up with the sunrise is like unmatched, and it's so beautiful here. So we'll bring you along the trail. Started out freezing, now we're sweating.
So we just got to Delicate Arch and it really is stunning. It's gigantic. The scale of it compared to everything else is like insane.
You can see the little people, all the person standing down there, how big the arch is. So just from being in Arches National Park now for a few hours, something that I noticed is that you really don't have to work too hard to see beautiful views. Just driving through the park, you get to see so many of the landscapes and so many of the iconic viewpoints. So right now we're parked in LaSalle Mountain viewpoint. So we're gonna take you there and we're gonna show you what we see here. But what we see here, we've actually been driving through when we drove into the park, when we're driving around to different spots. We did hike Delicate Arch this morning. Definitely that is worth the hike. I don't even think you could see the arch. I'm not sure. I don't think you can see it from the road. At least we haven't seen it from the road yet. But that I would definitely recommend hiking too. That was a really fun hike. It was a 3.2 mile. I don't know if it's labeled moderate or strenuous, but I would say it's a moderate trail. A lot of kids were on it, older people. Totally doable trail. It gets a little steep at the end when you reach the Delicate Arch. Just not so steep, but you have to walk kind of like on a slope. So just to be aware of that. But yeah, you really do not have to work hard to see beauty in this park. It's actually stunning. It reminds me of other Utah parks, and it reminds me of Arizona as well. Here's our lovely camper van that we rented for the trip. And we're crossing over to LaSalle Mountain View. Jay's having a snack. But this is what you see as you're driving through the park. You're just driving and these massive rocks are all around you. Absolutely stunning, and the landscape is just so expansive. It just goes on and on and on for miles. Kind of looks like Zion, similar to Zion National Park, I would say, over here.
You know what I really love too? Literally every single mountain resembles something that you've seen in your lifetime, or like in a magazine or online. So it's really cool, like the way that you would like look at a cloud and try and figure out what it looks like. Do the same thing with the mountains, and it literally looks like something. Like that one over there reminds me of like the Sphinx in Egypt, a little bit.
Oh, it does a little bit look like that. It looks like an elephant to me.
And then this one over here looks like a hand again. They all look like hands.
I don't know whose hand that looks like. Somebody with
Very
maybe
large.
Buddha's.
Very large hand.
But let's take a look here.
Oh, cool.
This has all the names of the rocks.
So we just got to the Park Avenue Trail, and that's what we're about to hike. It's about a 1.9 mile hike.
Park Avenue Trail, definitely, in my opinion, 10 out of 10. There's not a lot of people on this trail. It's very empty, not crowded at all. And you're just walking among these gigantic boulders. Amazing, highly recommend. Now we're heading to Balanced Rock. It's pretty cool.
I just woke up from a little nap because I started getting tired as we were making our way to our next hike. So I took maybe like a 5 to 6 minute power nap. I feel a little bit refreshed, and now we are at Landscape Arch Trail for our last hike of the day.
Okay, so we just finished our last hike of the day, and Jay, if you were to give your top 2 or 3 things that we did today, what would you say?
I would have to go with Delicate Arch was pretty cool. The hike itself was awesome. I thought that, I'm blanking on the name right now, but the one that we both really enjoyed, what was the name?
The other hike?
Yeah, the other hike.
Park Avenue?
Park Avenue Trail was really cool. And that was the most enjoyable hike, I think, of the day, I would say. And honestly, the cool temperature when we first woke up, I really enjoyed that because right now it's really hot. So overall, those are my top 3 for the day.
So my top 3, my top number 1 is Park Avenue hike. I really loved it. I don't know, it was just like so beautiful, so stunning. I just loved walking among like these gigantic rock formations, and then Delicate Arch hike, but really it was the actual arch at the end, like actually seeing Delicate Arch, that made it all worth it. I loved seeing it. That was super cool. And then I really liked the LaSalle Mountain overlook. That was just so pretty. We stopped and got some pictures. It's just like really stunning here. So overall, Arches National Park, I think it's really nice. Zion still holds my number 1 in Utah. At the moment, we still have Canyonlands and Capitol Reef to go. And now we are heading into the town of Moab to check it out. Hopefully stock up on some more water, even though we bought so much water yesterday at Whole Foods. Yeah, the temperature is really hot here and we're doing a lot of movement, so stay tuned.
So after a long day of hiking, we stopped in the town of Moab. We're about to leave Moab, but we had to stop and replenish our groceries and our water. We kind of underestimated how much we were actually going to need, especially with the water. This heat is strong and you have to stay hydrated. So we just stocked up on a lot of coconut water, regular water, and I gotta say, we stopped at City Market and it did not disappoint. They have everything you can imagine, from your basic needs, if you're a Doritos fan, They have your Doritos all the way to your clean items, your sugar-free, oil-free, refined sugar-free items that you would get at like a Whole Foods. They have pretty much anything for any audience. So now we're gonna make one last pit stop before we head back to the campground for the night, because we do have to cook and freshen up a bit. So we're gonna head to a coffee shop, because I've been dying for an iced coffee, so hopefully we can find one of those, even though there is a Starbucks here. But
Good morning, it's day 3 of our road trip 2025, and we are now in Canyonlands National Park in Utah. This is our 4th national park in Utah, but the 2nd one of this trip. And right now we're starting out the morning at Mesa Arch. It's a 0.6 mile loop, so I don't know what to expect. We'll bring you along and we'll show you what we see.
So we're here at Mesa Arch, and the view is out of this world.
I definitely recommend coming for sunrise, because the way that the sun is illuminating under the arch is so beautiful. And walk up to the arch, look through it, it's just stunning. I didn't expect it. It's very overwhelming. We are now starting our 2nd trail of the day. It's Upheaval Dome. It's a 1.3 mile hike, and it's an out and back, I believe. Well, the trail says it's about 37 minutes. I'm excited. I think we're gonna see some really cool canyons and some really cool geological structures. Ready?
I'm ready.
We are now approaching Orange Cliffs Overlook. We were gonna go to another overlook, but they're doing construction, but OMG, this is amazing. So this looks just like the Grand Canyon, which blew me away. I always say the Grand Canyon really was way better than I expected. And this is also not disappointing whatsoever. I just can't believe this is our Earth. It's like amazing. Okay, not gonna lie, I just got really choked up here. Got that lump in my throat, which happens to me sometimes when I see landscapes, but I just can't believe this exists. Sitting here in the bed of the van, and just wanted to give a clip of what our living situation is like. Very small, very cozy, if that's the word you want to use. It's glamping at its finest, I would say. Kind of roughing it a bit, but we do have a kitchen with a stovetop, sink. We're making some lunch right now. And then we have this bed area with cabinets. It was just fell. And then we have this area, seat, Jay's favorite potato chips.
They are quite delicious.
And then we have a little table here where I do like my makeup in the morning, eat some food, you can do that there, and obviously the front.
Pretty small town, honestly. Not that many spots, but town has just what you need. We're going to the same coffee shop that we went to yesterday. I really enjoyed the iced coffee. And then we're gonna check out a few souvenir shops across the street, and then we're gonna hit the road to our next national park.
We are coming from Moonflower, a natural food co-op, and we just picked up something really exciting. It's the organic coconut bliss ice cream. This is the strawberry glaze. It's actually a Hailey Bieber flavor. I'm not big into celebrities or anything like that, but the flavor did sound really good. So we're gonna give it a try because it's super hot. We're exhausted. Well, I'm not too tired, but we did a lot of hiking yesterday. We did a good amount of hiking today, so we are gonna enjoy some ice cream. All right, let's give it a try.
It's good.
That's really good. I mean, my ice creams taste pretty similar to this.
My turn.
The ice creams I make at home taste similar. Oh. The ice creams I make at home taste similar to this just because it's a coconut milk base. So it definitely tastes coconutty, but the strawberry glaze in here, very yummy.
My turn. You're right. The strawberry glaze is on point. It's pretty good.
Doesn't it taste similar to my ice creams?
Yeah, the ice cream itself is like very simple,
Coconutty.
but with that little taste of the strawberry, pretty good. Your ice cream is honestly like way better though.
I like them equally. Drive from Canyonlands to Capitol Reef is insane. It's blowing my mind. So we're on the scenic byway. It's just everywhere you look, one side is completely different than the other side. We've been through sand dunes, crazy rock formations, all these cliffs. It looks like dinosaur land. I don't even know what to say. Like, I'm speechless.
Literally, couldn't agree more. Everywhere you look, it's something different. You have crazy cliffs that cut off out of nowhere. You have like these limestone, like amazing formations jutting out of the ground. Then you have the greenest greenery you've ever seen. And then you have sand. So it's like literally everywhere you turn, it really is a scenic byway.
After I just cried because of the beauty that was around me, the drive from Canyonlands to Capitol Reef was just something unreal. I can't put into words, and the photos and pictures and videos will never do it justice. But we finally made it to Capitol Reef. It's very different so far than the other two national parks. There's more greenery, there's trees, beautiful red rocks and mountains. It's a little bit more lush, but still lots of red rocks, like I said. We just pulled into Fruta Campground. It is in the park itself. Jay is just checking to see if there are campground showers. We have a shower in the van and we have an outdoor shower, but sometimes if the campground shower is clean, it's just a little easier. There's more space and, you know, to move around. So he's gonna let us know about that. If not, we'll take a nice shower here and have some dinner, and we'll get to explore Capitol Reef tomorrow. But I was just discussing with Jay, this trip has really increased my love for Utah. I liked it the first time a lot. Now, having seen so much of the state, I'm just in awe. I cannot believe what is in this state. Everyone should come see what's in this state. It is massive, it is vast, it is diverse. I always say that about California's landscapes. This is diverse too. There's not a lot of water, but you know, there's not ocean or beaches and things like that, but the land itself is just really amazing. Right, Jay's saying there's no campground showers, so we're gonna have to take one here. It's alright though. Also, really quickly, I wanted to talk about our previous campground. We stayed at Dead Horse State Park just outside of Canyonlands. It was an hour from Arches, and it was 20-something minutes from Canyonlands. Beautiful campground. I honestly was not expecting it. I thought when I booked it, I was a little disappointed in the pictures online. It was stunning. Beautiful sunrises, sunsets there. Super private areas. Really, I mean, you could see a few people around you, but they were distanced from you, and you had a private picnic area with an actual wall built in front of it, so that if you wanted to enjoy a meal, you know, you could be in your PJs, it doesn't really matter. Super private. This one, Fruta Campground, is less private, that's for sure. So taking an outdoor shower, I mean, we have a curtain and we have a wall that goes up, but just still a little funny as compared to the last campground, which was super safe, secure, and private. But the campground is nice itself. It's very flat ground, but you have neighbors pretty close, so just something to know. Good morning. As you can tell, very exhausted today. Our campground last night did not allow generators, which means we could not put the air conditioning on, and we are in the south of Utah in August, so it was hot, it was uncomfortable. I'm exhausted. I don't know how you feel.
It was a bit of a rough night. I couldn't sleep, so I am a little tired, but looking forward to this hike and to see what the view has in store for us at the end of it.
So this hike is the Cassidy Arch Trail. We fully intended to start this trail in the dark, but when we were driving up to it, we felt kind of nervous. It was a little scary in the pitch black, so we decided to wait in the car just a bit for the sun to rise a little bit to start the trail. This is a 3.1 mile. Did you start all trails?
Yes.
It's a 3.1 mile trail. It is supposed to be moderate to strenuous. Reviews were saying that it's super steep and like a very high incline when you first start. They said that basically the whole first half of it is very steep incline, which I'm a little nervous about that for the return part because I tend to slip down gravelly mountains, and this is very gravelly right now.
This is already really cool, honestly. This is reminding me of the Narrows in Zion.
Yeah, this looks really cool, but I also feel a little creeped out right now. Like, we're the only ones here. Yeah, it's like a little too quiet for me.
You know what it feels like? It honestly feels like when you're being watched, but by animals.
I hope we're not watched by anyone right now.
Feels like there might be like a mountain lion on a cliff.
Yeah, let me turn you around and show you the view.
So we're already in the midst of this Cassidy Arch Trail, and it's definitely uphill. It's definitely rocky, and it's giving rock scramble vibes for sure. So that's our next little route up there. We have a bunch of switchbacks. A little hard to find the trail, but we're doing all right. Stay tuned. So on Cassidy Arch Trail, we just stumbled upon this little fella. Very, very tiny, tiny snake. I don't know if it's asleep, or maybe it's not even alive. It's not moving. But we're not going to make it move. So we're getting closer to the top of Cassidy Trail, and in the view, we see pretty large, almost like an arch or cave. Not sure if this is Cassidy Arch yet, but still a beautiful view. Still on the trail here, and this part is a little more unmarked than some of the previous areas that there were clear curves and rocks to tell you where to go. But there seems to have been some previous hikers that have left a few rocks. I know this is typically frowned upon, but this is a good little landmark when you're hiking to know. Maybe, yeah, that's true. It could have been done by the park rangers, just so you know you're headed in the right direction. But the landscapes here really are beautiful, and we are the only ones out here.
Just take a look at this.
Look at this view.
We're shaking. Well, I'm shaking.
It's your legs. So we have about 0.03, 0.04 miles left till we reach the arch. So we'll see what it looks like when we get there.
We're going to see the arch from where we are. I think we're walking on top of the arch. I think the view that we showed you before actually was the view of the arch, but I don't know.
We'll see.
We may be surprised.
Ciao for now.
So we finally made it to the arch. I'm taking a little break, just sitting in the sun. I definitely recommend completing the whole hike because Jay will show you in a second what it looks like. We were viewing the arch from the other side of the cliff, so when we viewed it from that way, it kind of looked like a cave instead of an arch. You have to come over here. You have to come to the actual end of the hike because it looks so insane.
So here's another look at the lovely arch.
You can actually walk on top of this arch. You could follow this around here. This reminds me a little bit of Devil's Bridge in Sedona, which we did climb on top of the arch, but today I think we're not gonna do it. Just feels safer not to. But holy cow, look down into that canyon. Oh, baby. He's so cute. Huh, baby? He's so tiny. We just finished the hike.
We made it.
Yeah, now that we've completed it, definitely worth it.
And now it's time for us to go back to the van, which is probably in a couple hundred more feet, but now it's flat ground at least. And we're gonna whip up some breakfast and recharge a little bit before we hit a few more overlooks and sightseeing spots in the Fruita Campground District. And then we'll probably mid-afternoon head back to Salt Lake City. We do have a long drive today. So stay tuned for that, and we'll see you guys later.
So one of the things about van life is you have to keep an eye on your tanks. We have a 20-gallon water tank that we use for the sink, washing, toilet, and showers. So Joe just filled up the tank with potable water. We are done with hiking and now we are visiting the Gifford Homestead where they sell pies, right?
Pies and cinnamon
They're very
rolls.
well known for their pies, cinnamon rolls. They have a schoolhouse on premise and there's a blacksmith. It's a historical little district here. It's very scenic. We're just gonna go visit some horses now with this cute little barn or whatever it is in the background. But yeah, it's really pretty. This is our last morning in Utah until we have to return the van at the end of the trip. But we just had 3 days of hiking and super intense heat in the desert. So now we're back in Salt Lake City. It's very different here. It's been a little rainy, a little gloomy. I'm freezing. I literally have goosebumps on my arms. I don't know if you could tell. My body is not regulating itself yet. Anyway, we're here at Glow SLC. It's a spa, it's a bathhouse, it has saunas, cold plunges, pools, shower facilities, all of those things. So it'll be nice to have a kind of like a pampering day after all the hiking that we've done, and I'm excited to use a really nice pristine shower. This hair needs to be washed, it's time. So yeah, excited to leave here feeling rejuvenated and super fresh and clean. Even though we have been taking van showers every day, this is going to be a little luxury compared to what we've been living with.
Definitely much needed. I'm looking forward to relaxing a little bit.
All right, and I can't wait to get into the sauna because I'm freezing. Feeling so fresh and so clean. We didn't take any footage in the spa. You're not supposed to use any devices or anything like that, but it was actually really nice. Felt like it was really clean. They had one sauna room, they had one steam room, a treatment room for if you're getting a massage or anything like that, and then they had the cold showers that you can go under after sauna, and then they had a cold plunge pool and a bigger warm pool. I think she said it was 80 degrees?
99.
Oh, 99 degrees. It didn't feel that hot though. And then we took a nice shower, feeling nice and clean, washed my hair finally. I'm letting it air dry. Now we're gonna go grab some lunch from a place called Zest Kitchen and Bar. We get lunch, then we're gonna go for a walk in the park, and then we have to restock on our food.
So we were here in Salt Lake City and we're getting ready to head to Idaho in a little while. But we passed by a really beautiful park on the first day that we arrived here, and it's called Liberty Park, and it's really stunning. It has a beautiful lake inside of it, and there's also a swimming pool that we passed. They have an aviary, and you hear all the birds chirping. They had tennis courts, pickleball courts, basketball courts. They have a Ferris wheel, all sorts of stuff for literally everybody. Playground, really beautiful spot. So we're gonna spend some time here before we go and stock up on some food for our long drive, and then we're heading to our next stop, which is Idaho.